Hello, it's me again. I learned the most interesting thing the other day. Wish I could remember the name of the guy, but I favorited him and I subscribed to him. I can't remember, but he was talking about Birch polypore. I thought it was polyspore, but it's not, without the S. Polypore. It grows on a birch tree, and it kills the tree. See, there it is. That is the polypore. Some kind of a lichen. Now there's more of them up here. Let's see where I can find that one. There's one. There's another one. Where did the tree go? There's one. This thing that sticks off the edge. Here. Zoom out. Do this the normal way. Okay, you can see them up there on the sides of the tree. Okay, well you may think to yourself, so what? Big deal. Who cares? Interesting, perhaps? Well, they are more than interesting. Now, I had to find one that I could show you before I could do this video. Now, since they kill the tree, they are on the tree after they die. So here one is. Now, I'm going to take it home. Now, these, I don't know how fresh it has to be, but they are supposed to be very good fire starter, and they were found, you know how they find old people died long ago? Well, they found some natives, I think, with a little pouch, and he had polypore in the pouch. Now, you can take this polypore. It's good fire starter. Also, it's good for sharpening your knives. I have to try that out. I have a very dull knife. I'm going to try it on. And you can cut slices of it and use it for a band-aid. Very thin slice, just like you would have a band-aid, and you pull it to wrap it around your finger, and it tightens on itself and sticks to itself, and it won't let it go. So you have, out in the woods, your own band-aids. Of course, you have to find these trees. See, they're not on every tree. And those trees over there that they are on, it's pretty high up. So if I had cut my hand and I needed one, it was pretty high up to get one. Now there was that one on here. Looks like there's a couple more. Now this one, I'll leave that one there, just in case I ever need one when I'm going for a walk. I'll know that there's one here. Of course, I don't bring a knife with me, so that's not going to do me a lot of good for using it. Let's see. There are some birch trees over here. Let's just go see how common these are. These polypore. Okay, here are some. And just looking at it there, I don't see any. And here is one over here. Oh, look, this is wild gooseberries. Nice berry with spikes all over it you can eat. Oh, look, and there's one of those plants like I have in my yard. That has those beautiful little white flowers. I've never seen them grow in the wild before. I'm going to zoom in on it for you. I don't know how well the zoom looks on this. Looks like it's pretty pixelated though. Okay, so let's go back over here. Okay, here's a nice, healthy, young, strapling birch tree, surrounded by all these gooseberries. And there's a trillium. Oh, that was an ovenbird. And look at this is the fiddleheads. The ostrich fern. And that's the fiddlehead you can eat. You need to wait for them to be a couple inches high, but you cut them down low or break them off. And so they have all this feathery stuff on them, which falls off. They really taste terrible if they're not cooked. When they get a little taller, all this feathery stuff comes off anyway. Should be downwind, upwind when you're letting it go. Anyway, that's your general idea. That's a fiddlehead. They'll be popping out of the ground any minute. Okay, but this is about polypore. I don't see any on this one. How about that tree over there? Looks like there was once a fence that was here and somebody's removed all the rails. Left them rot on the ground. Oh, here's some. These are getting taller. About to open up. Not a very good one, actually. I was looking for an ash tree the other day. Well, I want to find an ash tree because we're going to make ash baskets. Okay, so here we have another birch tree. Now this does not look so good. Something has eaten the bottom. So it's dead. So maybe there'll be polypore on it now that it's dead. No, it's just been ringed recently. The last few years, something ate the bottom. Probably a porcupine. That looks like the way porcupines, but I didn't know they did that. Well, these little polypore, I don't think so. That's a different kind of lichen. And they might be, they might be the beginnings of what get big. Anyway, let's see what else we have here. Oh, look! These are those same plants I have in my yard. Somebody gave them to me, and I planted them. And here they are, again, but here they are blooming. They must not bloom in the morning. They must have a certain time of day they open. Ha! You could use them for your day clock. Your clock outside. Wouldn't it be neat to make a clock like a circle clock, and on each hour you would put the flower that blooms at that time of day? Cool, eh? Lots of work. Now you can tell what an ash tree is when the leaves are out. That's pretty simple. This is not ash bark. Neither is that or that. Or that. Pretty little white flowers. We have our polypore. Now an ash tree is a hardwood tree. And I wonder if that slip, the beavers have been, look, a balsam fir. It's got the flat branches, you see? Flat. And you go like this, and you go like this. There's another one. Never walk by them without letting them go through your hands and smelling Christmas. You never know. You may die and never have done it. You may have a miserable day and need to have that memory. Now this bark looks like an ash, I think, because it goes out. It seems to crisscross. So there's a hole there, and then there's there, and then there, and then there. They seem to go in and out and in and out and change over. I think that is an ash tree. And look at what's on it. I can't see him, but right here, that is a firefly. Look at a firefly. Let's see if we can back up and zoom in on him. Little firefly. He's probably very busy all night lighting up the woods. Hey, zoom out, I want. Out, 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 out. Okay. Look at him. He's got his little red head. Makes you want to pet him. He moves his little feet when I pet him. Huh, I never knew where firefly went in the day. So this is an ash tree. I need an ash tree for making. You have to pound the wood with a hammer, a sledgehammer. We're going to pound the wood on Thursday. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be part of it. I think that some of the trees that my beavers have been cutting down, when they cut them down, I think they were ashes. So that's an ash. I'm pretty sure. You have to check it out. You can't just take my word for every little thing. Check the sources. You never know. I could just be feeding you a line. See, that's not an ash. The other one is ridgy. And this has peely bark. Kind of peely, but it does do that crisscrossy thing. It could be one, but I don't know. Have to wait and see. Okay, goodbye. We're running out of time. Hey, look at that mosquito. Bye.